high-quality lectures that are stored away, never to be seen again. These can actually have incredible value, both for internal teaching at your organization, but also to be disseminated around the world. The problem is, no one goes back and watches hour-long lectures. We can take your recorded lectures or live events and bring them to life for the world to see by editing them into short, engaging, narrated, shareable videos or podcasts and disseminate them around the world.
With non-perforated appendicitis through their pathway and kind of out of the hospital in a timely fashion, and can we do that safely?
Putting in a drain and leaving a drain, sometimes you get away with it and that leads to more of that behavior.
It's not a definitive evidence. This is done via a systematic review.
The bigger the nodule is, the more likely you're going to have malignancy, but all the way down to 1 millimeter, you will see tumor.
Even 1 millimeter? Wow.
You will find about 30 to 40% more lung nodules with your fingers and looking than you actually find on CAT scan.
All right, it seems like hands are very important to check for any nodules that may have been missed by radiology.
You're in clinic or rounding. You need a protocol, a technique refresher, or a contact number, but it's buried in your inbox, a desktop file, or that giant binder no one opens. Stay Current MD is your team's knowledge organized in one app. Protocols, guidelines, how-to videos, technique refreshers, even links, contact lists, and department updates, all searchable, all mobile. Join one of the fastest growing medical networks, trusted by over 18,000 medical professionals in the world's top hospitals, with nearly 1 million views and a 20% annual increase in hospital spaces. Evidence clearly shows that guideline adherence leads to better outcomes. And you're not just accessing your own team's content, you're joining a network of hospitals sharing best practices, each curating their own space, all in one place. This isn't another app you'll forget to open. It's built for what you actually need. Quick answer, smart teaching, and better team alignment. If you've ever said, why isn't this easier to find? This is the fix. Stay sharp, stay connected, stay current.
You asked. We delivered. The all-new Stay Current MD app was built with your feedback and your workflow in mind. We've shifted from browsing to search first, so you get the answers you need faster. Search understands typos, synonyms, even clinical shorthand, because at the bedside, there's no time to waste. Whether it's protocols, podcasts, quick videos, or more, everything is at your fingertips. A fully redesigned experience with smarter search, customizable spaces, advanced discussions, direct messaging, cross-institution collaboration, and more control over your profile, notifications, and content sharing, all built to keep you one step ahead. The new Stay Current MD, smarter, faster, built for how you work.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining today. We have a fun event today. We're going to be talking about things other than medicine today. We're going to be talking about AI, and this is only doing this. This is not about the corporate, large platforms you buy. This is about personal use of AI that everyone should be using day to day, whether at home personally or at work. But I felt like after talking to a lot of friends, I thought everyone was using it the way that I've been using it. It seems like people just don't get how they should be using it. And it's really hard to keep up. So the point for today is to show you just what I use, and everyone can comment and tell us what they use. And based on what I hear, we might have these very frequently, not at all. We'll see what everyone says, but we're going to go through. This is going to be a choose your own adventure. The audience can decide what to do. So before I start, that QR code on the right called Substack. Comment in the chat if any of you are heard of or on Substack or never heard of it. New to me over the last maybe 6 months. It is a great new app for following people. The reason I like it is if you're not on social media, if you follow someone on Substack, you'll get a newsletter once a week of like the main points that were made. So for me, that's efficient. So follow me on Substack and you'll get every day we try to post like a 1-minute video of something we do with AI in our regular lives, but the Substack will give you like a once a week newsletter. So I would definitely do that. And then on the other side is the Linktree. Those are all the social media platforms where we will be pushing out AI tools every day. And then you're going to have to suffer through my usual like personal posts as well about my kids or whatever, but or my gadgets, but follow those and we'll get started. I'd like to introduce Claudia Lillibridge, who's joining me today. Literally just asked her to join about 3 minutes ago. So Claudia, thanks for helping out. She's in our innovation office at Cincinnati Children's, but she's going to help feed me the questions from the chat. I see there's like, if you have issues from tech standpoint, just let us know. Everything's going to be recorded. And we'll figure out how to get access to people, but we'll also keep doing this throughout the year. I am going to ask everyone to let me know what topics they want in the next workshops. Do you want the same kind of thing where it's like an overview? Do you want to hit on a deep dive on certain sort of topics? So feel free to comment. The more comments we get, the better. So just let us know. All right, let's get going here. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to keep flashing this screen up, and based on the poll results of what you guys said, we'll do what you wanted to talk about because we may not be able to get through it all. So I think the most common thing that people said was ChatGPT. So let's start with ChatGPT.
That is correct.
All right. Thanks, Claudia. After that, I'm going to need your help because that's the only one I knew. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone uses ChatGPT. Well, actually, unfortunately, not everyone does, but you should be using it a lot. It's not just for a Google search. And by the way, Google's changing. So if you go to Google on the tabs, it's like all images, shop, whatever, videos. Now, if you look to the left, it says AI. I heard that AI will become actually the new primary screen of Google. It'll actually have the AI thing. So it is a great place to search Google. Perplexity is another one to search the internet. There's a server that a guy, Ryan Schuster, I forgot your last name, Ryan, who told me about Comet, which is a Perplexity, what do you call it? And search engine that allows you to use AI with searching on the internet. ChatGPT should not be used that way. ChatGPT is like your smart companion to ask it deeper questions, but it still is the one I use the most. So I'm not bashing it. It's phenomenal, but there are other things. So ChatGPT, there's Claude, there's Perplexity, and there's Gemini. I pay for all of these, by the way. I pay $20 a month for all of them. I'm breaking the bank, I know, but until I figure out who's winning the war, and every month they keep getting better. So ChatGPT's this month, next month, Claude's releases something. That's why follow us, and we'll kind of give you the updates. Let me try to summarize how I think of them. I use ChatGPT because it's really good at adaptive conversation. I actually say, I need a warm and fuzzy conversation because I'm bummed out right now. Or tell me how it is conversation. Like, don't be nice to me. Just tell me what the hell I need to know. It's really good at that. It's very creative. It can give you more of the creative mindset. It's like it has a better EQ than the others. It's like warm and fuzzy and friendly. It's not mean. It is multimodal. That means that you can upload images, you can upload different pieces of content, and it can output different pieces of content. So it can output video, images, PowerPoints, all these things. I use voice every day. So as Claudia knows, I drive 4 hours to work, and I talk to my ChatGPT. My friend Scott, who may be on, Scott Silverman, who may be on here, named his Casey. I haven't named mine yet, but I talk to her or him for hours. And so I'll say, hey, summarize this book for me. And I'll talk about for an hour. Well, give me an example in my life, how I would use this chapter, and take me through the next chapter. And I have like book club, or I'll say, explain to me, I want to learn about such and such thing that I don't understand. And I will just keep talking with it. So the voice is phenomenal. And the custom GPTs, the projects, the agents, the canvas, the codex, we'll get through all those today. That's good. Claude is like not so warm and fuzzy. Claude is like more professional. Claude will give you a straight up answer. I love how it talks to me. It just seems smarter to me somehow. I don't know. Please comment if you disagree, but Claude seems like it just gives me it straight up. Very smart. It's more executive. So like if I need to explain something in an executive level, it is better than ChatGPT is for me. It is, I think, winning the war on speed to releases of new updates. Its code is Claude Code and ChatGPT keep battling for who's the best on helping with code, which we'll talk about. I'm assuming most of you don't know how to code, but I'm telling you, you will know how soon, because that's one of the biggest reasons I use this. Claude Code and ChatGPT Codex are the two best for that. Perplexity, I talked about. It's great for searching something current right now. What's the best vacuum cleaner? I use Perplexity if I'm searching like right now, the best search of the web. The other ones you have to like tell it, go search the internet. Perplexity is always on the internet. I am loving Gemini. Again, Gemini blew up for me in the last few months. I'm so impressed with Google. They are really coming out with, I don't like meeting with companies at all. I met with Google recently, even, it was a sales pitch, but I met with them because I'm so impressed with what they're doing. And I unfortunately cannot afford the big enterprise packages, but I love using Gemini because it is so good at making things easy for creating images, for creating videos, for creating graphics. It is just, everything is dumbed down for someone like me that doesn't know this techie stuff. Gemini is phenomenal. It's blowing up.
Hey, Todd, we have a couple of comments. The one I want to really touch upon is Sonny Jackson commented on
Copilot.
ChatGPT hallucinating, as well as and wanting to know, how do you trust it or elicit truthful responses? And then also thoughts on Copilot from Ashley Bennett.
All right, let's talk about that. So hallucinations are a problem. I do think they're going to get better for those. I don't know the level we have here. I probably should have asked that question. Carolyn, can we put up that poll? Like, I don't even know what level people are here. Are you experienced or fresh newbies? But hallucinations are that, the way these models work is it's mathematics. It's vectors. They see words together. They find other words that come together. So a lot of times it gives wrong answers, and it doesn't recognize it's giving a wrong answer. And it's really annoying because you pointed out that's wrong, and it says, oh yeah, you're right, I was wrong. What I do, first of all, that's going to get better. I do something crazy where I have two open and I have them check each other. So I take ChatGPT's answer and I feed it to Claude and I say, do you agree? Because I do this so much, I vibe coded a AI debate. So I can send it to people, but you literally can select as many models as you want and ask the question, and you watch them fighting back and forth. And that minimized hallucinations because I let them duke it out and fight until I got an agreed upon answer. It's collaboration between AI models. For now, it's really hard to prevent that. So you just have to double check what it's telling you. And I thought it was hallucinating more now than ever. I just think I'm pushing it harder. But you do have to double check. Someone asked about Copilot. We use Copilot at the hospital because we are a Microsoft shop. It's getting a whole lot better. Claudia can speak to this. She uses it a lot. You like it for work because it's built into Outlook, so it's convenient. But now, depending on your organization, you can incorporate. We have GPT 5.0 in our Copilot. So you can get other models in Copilot. But I don't know. I mean, Claudia, you're finding it to be better, right, recently?
I am. I'm finding it to be better specifically to connections to my existing platforms, like things that I have already existing in my network, in Excel, in Word, things that I want
integrating
to
with your
culminate
suite
together.
of products. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that in a bit on how it's really good. It's a great point. Copilot integrates with Microsoft really well. Yeah.
So Todd, it looks like a lot of the people here are beginners, just starting to explore,
Okay.
followed by intermediate use.
Okay. Okay. So by the way, here's what we'll try to do. We'll keep track of this transcript of questions and we'll figure out a way that we can hit on these things after if I can't get through them today. I'm learning from everyone here. If it seems like we need more time, I could do a full day. I just didn't know what people would want. So if everyone thinks we want more of this, I'll do it by topic, per hour, or whatever. It sounds like we'll need a lot of it. So, but let's talk about ChatGPT for a second before we go beyond ChatGPT. GPT Store. So if you look on the left side, and I apologize for the advanced people, we're going to hit on some basics for a second, but I think, this is the stuff I keep teaching my mom, and I want to make sure everyone knows. One of the great things about ChatGPT, and I don't think Claude has something like this yet, so correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, but it allows you to make your own custom subagent, if you will. So you could say, all right, load up all these things, tell it all these different things, and it will do the same thing for you over and over. So if you look, so the ChatGPT Store, if you click on the left side, and I think if you open up ChatGPT, it says like Explore, like right here, Explore. And when you click it, it says GPT, and then you can go to the GPT Store. And this, you'll see here, you have all these different categories. These were made by the crowd. And there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of these, hundreds of thousands. So you can search, like, is there a GPT that talks about karate? I mean, whatever it is that you're interested in, cooking, is there a cooking GPT? And it's like, you can load as many as you want. And if you make your own, you can put them on here or sell them. I have all mine on here. They're free. But I make my own all the time, like every day. So this is custom GPTs. You can start making your own. And if that's not clear, ask a question. I can explain it better. But I'll show an example of how I've made a few of my own custom GPTs. So here is what I've made. A podcast interviewer. This is a way that I actually taught it how to interview someone so we can make a script for someone to interview in a podcast. So you can upload the topic and it will give you the podcast interviewer. I work for innovation at Cincinnati Children's Hospital, and we get technology, and sometimes we want to evaluate how good it is in the market. So I built a tech transfer evaluator. I loaded every single thing on the internet that would teach it how to evaluate a product to see how good it would be in the market. Now I upload the product and it gives me a full market assessment from that. So let's see, clinical case scenario. This, I upload medical facts and it gives me case scenarios. Jackie Advisor is my favorite one. My mom, I don't know if she's watching. Hopefully, I don't know if she's watching. I told her she needs to watch. My mom,
I'm looking for her.
Yeah, my mom needs to watch this. My mom relies on my dad for everything, for finances, for her health. And I was like, Mom, you need to know how to find this on your own. We uploaded all of her medical records
that she gave us permission to, all of her medical records, and we made a Jackie advisor. So she can say, hey, when is my next appointment? What meds am I on again? Who's my doctor for this? And so it allows her to interact with her medical records. Then we're doing it with her finances. Tell me again which bank accounts I have. So it's really cool. That one was really cool. And I keep playing around with them. You'll see all these, I'm happy to share all of these with anybody. They're all shareable. But a lot of these are how to make videos and blah, blah, blah. All right. Actually, I think I have here a video on that. So here, this is how you make your own. You go to My GPTs, or you can go to Create, and you just describe what you want. You put all the instructions in here, and you can upload documents. I found out yesterday this is only for Plus users. I would tell you, get Plus. Try it for a month. You can get rid of it. Basic is not enough anymore. You really do need Plus. I don't think you need Pro. Pro's $200 a month. Projects, you guys may have seen my video about this. This is insane. It's very similar to GPTs, but what it does is if you keep asking about the same category and you want to give it memory, let's say you keep asking it about stuff at work and you've uploaded everything it needs to know about what you do at work. You then can go back to that project. You don't have to keep feeding it anymore. It has it. So you can go, all right, so today this happened. What should I do? So projects are great because you can give it knowledge and it keeps that knowledge as a memory, and then you can ask it those questions. So I use it to create a staff like this.
All right. So did you know that you could literally build an entire staff that works for you in ChatGPT? So all you do is go into ChatGPT and go to projects on the left tab and just make a bunch of projects that are, here in mine, social media Sam, executive coach Eddie, financial Frank, I have travel agent. I have my stoic philosopher. I have everything you could, video editor Vicky. I have all the ones, and I just keep adding them to it. And then under each one, you have all the different projects. So if I'm doing social media, I said, you are an absolute ultimate expert in social media. I don't know anything. Here's what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And it remembers everything. You can upload documents. And then every time you want to do something different, make a new project underneath that expert. So that staff handles it for you. It's sick. It's insane. Now, I just got that GPT Pro to try it for a month. I'll let you know if it's that much different. But go ahead, give it a try, and tell me what you're using it for so I can copy from you. Like, tell me what works. I love this. Let me know your thoughts.
So those of you, I don't know who's on this event, but I'm guessing a lot of you have been our previous events. You're friends with me. You know me. I get very excited when I get excited about something to tell people. So now I'm all on social media because I feel like I want everyone to know this stuff. So if you want to see my excitement, watch us on social media. You'll see these kind of silly videos.
Todd, I have a question from Suzanne Hagman. She saw your video about custom tutoring for students and was curious about your thought process for creating prompts to create that tool. I'm using this as an example for how to create deeper chats.
Yes. By the way, you guys can all reach out to me after this so I can so we're going to get into that. I have a whole section here on learning. I realize I probably made this way too short. But there's an entire section we can go through on learning, and that's in there. But I'll just tell you, my custom GPT, I designed for my kids individually. Like, this is my daughter. She's this, she's that. And the other one, I made one for her, and they can upload it and it teaches them. I'm not as good as what's out there right now because people in the comments, every time, like, I keep getting taught every day from everyone. We have to develop this community and teach each other because it's coming too fast. And they showed me, and her name was Lauren. So I don't know if she's on here, but she was amazing. She told me about other ways of teaching the kids. That's what I did. And reach out to me. I'll send you my GPTs, by the way. I'll send you all of them and you can see what I did and make yours better. All right. Here's what I just showed how to do a project. So basically, you just go to projects, and then they have preset categories, or you just make your own. And then it's the same as custom GPT. You kind of like tell it what you want. And then in my projects, I have 1 million chats for each one, so it remembers all my previous chats. You know what's creepy? I use ChatGPT so much that it really knows me well. Like, I tell it when I'm stressed out. I tell it when I'm bummed out, what I'm worried about with my kids, blah, blah, blah. And now I can ask it like deep questions about me. Like, you know, what should I do in this situation? You know me. And it's really good if you use it a lot. It becomes a good like therapist almost. Here's another thing related just to ChatGPT. So right now we're just doing ChatGPT stuff. Branching. So I'll just play the video. The idea here is when you talk, it doesn't remember what you said after a while. Branching now allows you to branch out. Like if you got an answer and you want to ask it a side question and then another side question, it doesn't have to be sequential anymore. You can, from where your last question was, you can branch and make new chats. So it works better. Here's an example.
ChatGPT just came out with a brand new feature called branching. And here's why you need to know about it. If you're using ChatGPT to have long conversations and you notice as things go along, it's missing things, here's why. ChatGPT has a context window. And as your chats go, the older chats move out of the context window. It can only see the more recent chats. It doesn't remember everything you wrote. So ChatGPT solved this by introducing branching. Branching is the idea that as you start a thread and you want to ask questions, you can branch out new chats from those branch points and create all new chats with the same beginning.
All right, so this is an example of a chat I'm having about bonded cellular routers, but I want to branch differently. So I click these three dots and then I click branch new chat. And at this point, I could type in a whole new chat question. And then after I type this in, it gives me a whole new response, but it creates an entirely new chat. So if you look at the side, you'll see that this is a whole new chat on the side. Okay, so now let's look at edit branching. So the idea here is you actually edit the response you gave, and then it gives you a whole new version of the response. Now, the beautiful thing is you could go back up to the response and you'll see that all of the responses you gave are listed as option 1 or option 2, and you can have as many as you want and scroll through those. This does not create a whole new chat thread in the sidebar. This would all be variations you could find within the one singular chat.
Go ahead and give it a try and see if this improves your output.
So to explain it again, you can make a whole new chat on the side or just keep it all in that one and have branching. By the way, the only one that works on the phone is the second one where you could like delete it, but on the desktop you have both options. All right, Claudia, what are we doing next?
So the next one that people want to talk about is medical, followed closely by AI agents. I did want to bring up a question though from one of the participants. They wanted to know about doing a quick literature search. Which AI agent would be the best one to utilize for that?
It's a great question. It depends what topic. If it's medical, the answer is what we're about to show you. If it's not medical, there are specialty specific ones. All right, let me talk for a second about something called the RAG model. So, by the way, the reason I also like Gemini is, two things. First of all, you can tell any model to give you the references of everything they're doing. In fact, when I made that AI debate thing, they fact check each other and they have to produce the reference. So I would challenge it. It's wrong a lot, but at least it makes it better. Gemini does better with giving the references. They're all getting better at that. I want to talk for a second about a RAG model. So when a large language model is trained on the internet to get smart, to get better and better. But when you're using it, you can create something called a retrieval augmented generated model, which is basically that you upload only your stuff. This is going to become more and more important for everybody. So basically, I keep looking at my phone because we're streaming to TikTok, so I got to remember to look forward. If you want to create your own app, that I'm telling you, I'll be able to do this, your own app that can search stuff specific to your work or your job or whatever. Upload all the stuff it needs from your particular job, your particular thing. And it only gives you answers from that. So if it's not there, it says, I don't know. It'll say, I don't know, because it only can reference what you gave it. So we're building RAG models for our app, Stay Current, which is a medical app, so that you'll be able to say, what do we do here for this disease at our hospital? And because it's RAG, it will only tell you what's in the Stay Current app. And so it doesn't hallucinate that way, and it'll give you references. But if you're talking medical, let's do that now.
Hey, Todd, can you briefly reiterate what hallucinations mean, what that means?
Hallucinations means it gives you a wrong answer. It just means that it's pretty confident that it's giving you the right answer, but it's the wrong answer. That's all. It's a silly word for just saying it's giving you wrong answers. It thinks it's right, but it's wrong. And that's getting better. And now that they're making the models are referencing and people are demanding referenced results, it's going to get way better. Hallucinations will get better. So less wrong answers. All right, let's do medical. I know there's people on here that are not medical. This is the only part that's medical. The rest is not. All right. You have to know about open evidence. Here's the video. This is the best thing right now. And someone wrote on TikTok, you must be getting paid. No, I don't get paid by any of these people. This is just incredible.
Open evidence is the only technology that scored 100% on the USMLE. What is this and why is everybody using it? Open evidence was released in 2021. Since then, it has become the fastest growing adopted technology by clinicians in history. We've been all looking for non-hallucination, accurate answers to clinical questions. Finally, we have it. It finds their answers through a RAG model, which is not just searching the web. It's finding verified, updated journal articles that have been published. Everything is cited at the end, so you can make sure there's no hallucinations. 40% of clinicians worldwide use open evidence. And now individual clinicians and hospitals can get agreements with open evidence to be HIPAA compliant and integrate with your medical records. It now offers CME credit. We're really excited about this and are starting to use it more and more. And we will be doing a workshop diving deep into open evidence.
All right, couple things. I gave you have to be, you have to have an NPI number. I think you have to be a US clinician, but that's changing. I gave a presentation to Canada yesterday, and they said that they could take a screenshot of their license and it'll give them access. But I've been told by Carlos Colunga, I don't know if he's here, that and Jason says it's awesome. Yes, it is awesome. It needs to roll out to the rest of the world. I know that's what Carlos told me. It's only US. It is good because every single thing is referenced. It takes it from actual publications and it gives you it. Now, PubMed has something called an API. So for those who don't know what an API is, you can build your own apps. I'm telling you, you're all going to be building your own apps. And you can have it connect to PubMed. So it can access PubMed when it gives you an answer. But open evidence gives you the references, and they've thought of everything. Since the iPhone, it's the largest adopted technology by doctors. Now, I'm going to show you something because there's a competitor that just came out. And I think you'll probably guess who it might be. But here's how you can use open evidence. Hold on, let me pause that. So you can ask about treatment alternatives. Jason, I don't know how you use it. Clinical Key, PJ, I'm so funny you said that. Clinical Key from Elsevier is also, they're all emerging. Like by next month, they'll all be the same, but right now open evidence is the best. But Clinical Key with Elsevier, there's others I'll show you, but good question. All right. Right now, open evidence, it lets you, you can say, write a patient handout for me on this for my patient. You can give it your details and it will remember. Ask about treatment options, calculate a risk score, drugs information. You can get it in different languages for your patients. Write home care instructions, compute common formulas, construct a workup in labs. But you can say, what do you recommend I do? Like cut through the noise. What do you recommend? And you can write it can have a write a prior auth letter. I think what's huge is how this is getting into individual hospital enterprise version where it's in your EMR. And it can give you specific answers to your patients. And also you get CME while you use it. So it's pretty cool.
Hey, Todd, do you know if open evidence accepts nursing license information?
I was just wondering that. Can someone find that out? Like do a search, because as I'm saying it, it might just be doctors, which would seem crazy to me, but I don't know. Claudia, maybe someone can search that and find out. I don't know the answer. Okay. We'll get you your answer. All right, here's the one that I'm very excited to try because we just got access at Cincinnati Children's, and everyone correct me. Is this like publicly available or only on a trial? It's UpToDate. UpToDate now has its AI tool, the same as open evidence. Now, I also think, if everyone can correct me, I think UpToDate I know because I wrote a chapter, so that's a problem. Like That's what you're trusting, is like what I wrote, as opposed to open evidence, which is like created from the publications. So UpToDate, I don't know how accurate it is anymore. I don't know. People who use it, I don't use it very much because it's not as surgical, but UpToDate now is competing with open evidence. So I just downloaded it. We're trialing it at Cincinnati Children's. Nurses can get an NPI. So there you go. Thank you. I'm clueless with that stuff. All right. Claudia, what's next?
So the next one is AI agents.
Okay. Here we go. So what's an agent? So an agent, we're going to talk about something called automation. Claudia is an expert in that. And automation is where you set a bunch of tasks to go one after the other. Take this, then have it go here to do that, It is not AI. It is just APIs where things can talk to each other. It's like a handshake where you say, when I put a file in this folder, it automatically does this, but there's no thinking. It just does it. Agents do the same thing with thought. So it actually is autonomous. So you can have it do things for you as like a person, as like a staff. It's scary. Like as it gets better, your agent, you can train it on everything and it could just autonomously work throughout the day. It's very early, and I'll be honest with you. I'm super excited about it. I don't use it at all. So I'll explain to you why. I use it simply, and I'll show you the 2 reasons I use it, but very basic. And the reason is, most of us who work at large corporations, especially hospitals, you're under firewalls and lock and key. It is not going to just give some agent access to anything in the hospital system. So for that reason, we've been stuck. Now, we're trying to build agents within the secure structure within the hospital, but it's very early, limited, and it's very difficult to build. We've spent too many hours, Claudia and I and Em and Rami and my team. I don't know who else is on here. Ryan and others, but it is very hard. And when you ask AI to help you build the agents, it's not very good yet. But let me show you 2 ways I use agents right now. So here's the first one that was sort of fun on how you can use ChatGPT's agent mode. It used to be called Operator. It's basically what they do is they now, every day you look, they have more and more apps they'll work with. And now they can even let you add your own apps, as long as it has something called an MCP. So I'm going to explain that quickly. An MCP is the ability for a website to become involved, to be accessed by an agent. So not every site has that. But if it does, you can add it to ChatGPT on your own and create your own different apps you use. But here's how I used it. Here's an example.
All right, so have you guys already tried the ChatGPT operator feature where you just tell it what you want it to do for you, and behind the scenes it goes into websites and clicks around and does it for you? It's amazing. So I'm going to show you what I did. I tried to make reservations for my wife and I. I just said, make me reservations for 2 people between 6 and 7 p.m. near this area at a steak restaurant. And go ahead, see what you can find. So here's what it did. All right, so I typed in my request. I put in my name and email and phone number so it could fill it in. You don't have to do that. And then it searched on OpenTable. It found a steak restaurant near me, and then it found the right time. It removed the ads there, and then it started filling in my information. So when it was done, it basically said, here you go, it's done. Do you want me to go ahead and do it or not? And you say yes or no. It's amazing. Go ahead and give it a try. You need the paid version of ChatGPT, but give it a try. Try different things. It's pretty cool.
All right. So that was when it first came out. It can do way more now. It's really fun to watch because it literally opens a mini computer on your screen and you just sit back and the cursor's moving and it's typing and it's filling in things for you. You could give it sent your personal information and it will fill in forms. I don't. It usually stops when it doesn't have information and I fill it, and then it doesn't see that, and then it continues on. Let me stop for 1 second and talk about safety and security. My friends who know me, I am way too trusting. My wife tells me all the time, I trust everything. I don't know how much we should, we have to be cautious. I've been really trying to understand how safe we are to be giving all these agents all of our inside information. I give it everything, but I probably need to be a little more cautious until I'm totally guaranteed and secure that I am safe. Even Sam Altman said, this is not like HIPAA protection here. They can use so just be careful, but I don't know. There's nothing I have that's so sensitive that I'm afraid of sharing. This is the big thing I learned. And my advisor, Eric, asked me yesterday, what's a good way to make a PowerPoint? That's evolving. You can ask ChatGPT to make you a PowerPoint. It's okay. It's like, nah. But if you use agent mode and then ask it to make you a PowerPoint and you really give it good instructions, like, I want the slides to look like this, I want them colorful. What you're looking on mine was created by AI. Okay. The background, the design, everything was made by ChatGPT agent. So this is how I did it.
ChatGPT can make you PowerPoint.
By the way, I'm on an airplane here, and I realized you can cut out the airplane noise post video editing. Very cool. All right. So I use anytime I can because I'm not allowed to work when my kids are around me. So I use every minute when I'm alone.
ChatGPT can make you PowerPoints, but ChatGPT with agent mode can make you much better PowerPoints. Okay, so I asked ChatGPT if it could create me a professional engaging PowerPoint for my workshop that has placeholders for videos or images to demonstrate practical examples. All right, so here is that request, but then if you look, I click on the plus and I click on agent mode, and then I tell it to go. And it starts to think for a bit, and then all of a sudden a code box opens, and it literally just starts doing this through code, building the code. And I shortened this, but you'll see that here it goes. It just literally makes a beautiful PowerPoint, much better than if you just ask ChatGPT to create a PowerPoint. And this is what it looks like. You know, it's got real smart features in it. And I barely spend any time, literally one sentence. So imagine if I added more prompts.
Yeah, so that was my first foray, and then I figured out how to prompt it better to get what you see now. All right.
Hey, Todd, I had a question, and it's a good question. There was a question about AI becoming a sycophant, a sycophancy, meaning kind of like the silent yes man, meaning the questions that you ask then are not so honest, but more catering to you.
If you look up on TikTok or Instagram how to prompt AI to stop being so agreeable, there are so many prompts that people will give you. I can send you what I have, but I explicitly told it, stop, do not, and then there's like things, there's like 3 things. If you text me or whatever, I'll tell you, but it's like, always see that I'm right, challenge everything I say, give me the argument to why I'm wrong. Like there's things you could prompt it to prevent it from doing that. But Claude does it less than ChatGPT. ChatGPT agrees with me so much. And now, because I've prompted, it always starts off, and this is, I even told it, be like rude with me. It's like, this is no BS. It's like tells me ahead of time that I'm not agreeing with you. So it still agrees too much, but you can absolutely look it up or ask me and I'll get you the resources. If people want, I can create a site of all the prompts I'm using for stuff like this, and then you can just grab them from me. But I learned them from people on TikTok or Instagram. There's so many people, like much smarter and better than I am at this stuff. And I follow them, and that's how I learn. So yeah.
Hey, Todd, in regard to the presentation you made, PowerPoint, for AI presentations, how do you get it to pull in real content and use your own logo / background?
Yeah.
Can you also get it to provide quote unquote level of audience best practices in construct and teaching?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say I've been wondering this over the last week, and I don't know if Carolyn knows. Maybe she can answer, or Kiki, they can answer in the chat. The best I've seen is uploading to ChatGPT agent everything that you can. Now, I do know that Gemini is coming out with branded PowerPoint, branded guidelines. And we use other things that we'll show you where you can upload templates and it remembers the template. So you can have your organization slides. If I really want to know this myself, because I feel like I'm not up to speed. I know that Canva, Gemini Canvas, ChatGPT agent mode, and others will remember your template. I don't know if anyone here, like Carolyn or Kiki, if you know of anything that's best in class at creating templated PowerPoints, but I know that Gemini's new version will come out with that and others will have it, but I'll find out because I want that too really badly. Kiki, who works on our team, hates that I'm sharing this video because, which is so funny because her daughter's an actress, but somehow she doesn't want to hear her voice on screen. Kiki, who works with us, always makes our presentations in this app called Beautiful.ai. And Kiki, if I say something wrong, feel free to come up on stage and comment. But she uploads data and it produces these these presentations. Now, what I don't like about it is it lives on the internet. You can download it, but I don't know. I don't like relying on the internet to play my PowerPoints, but this is Kiki explaining it.
One of the things that I like the best about Beautiful AI is how easy it makes to visualize data. So we had an event not too long ago, and we wanted to showcase people who registered for the event. And I have those in spreadsheets, which are not very pretty. I go to my spreadsheet, copy the data. If we think that a donut chart is going to tell this story a little bit better, we can switch it into a donut chart. If percentages are more of interest, it does the automatic conversion. You can turn on sort by size and put the biggest chunk of the pie next to the next biggest. And if you would like to add a legend, you can choose to do so larger without having to play around with sizing. Another thing that Beautiful AI lets you do is when you have a data set and you're not quite sure what format is best, you can do quick visuals, a column chart, a line chart, a bar chart, an area chart. This gives you the chance to play around and look at different ways to tell your story without having to do heavy lifting. This does it automatically for you.
And what I like about it is, like, if you look at slide number 4, it's really good at presenting the data. But I am not. So I think we need to do an entire session on this because I think I really want to know what we could be using better. All right. What's next, Claudia?
So the next one that they want to hear about is vibe coding. And I saw that you answered, but there was a question about, are there any content creators you follow or suggest we follow to learn more about AI?
So Brant, we posted my top 3 favorites, Sabrina Romanov, but and there's a bunch of others, but I follow them for different reasons. I follow, like, that's all I follow now. Like, I literally get tips and tricks and I save them. I will make an exhaustive list and I will keep updating it when there's someone you need to follow. I like this guy, TJ Robertson, because he talks about using AI for marketing and getting your brand out there. Everyone has like a different angle. There's a few people I follow for media because I love media. That's what we use it for the most. I do have a question from the audience though. And my boss, Claudia and Isla, am I allowed to go over 10 o'clock? Like, do I have another meeting, Claudia, at 10, or can I keep going?
You'll
look at my calendar.
You have, you're good until about 10. Well,
maybe 11.
You're good until 11. I need to speak with your other boss, Sam.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll keep going. And then if nobody can stay on, at least you'll have the recording. But if you guys are okay with that, I'll keep going. Because I do want to get into media eventually, but let's do the, so Brant, I'll send you that. And then if M's online here, let's figure out ways where we could share that either through Substack or whatever, and we'll keep updating it. All right. You said vibe coding.
Vibe coding. Yep.
All right. So I don't know if any of you follow me on social media, but I put a pretty strong worded video out few days ago. I believe this is the future. Now, I'm going to tell you how I'm challenged. I think this is the most important thing. I sat my kids down and said, guys, you don't have a choice. You have to learn this. AI, you have a short window to learn AI right now and you can start getting so far ahead of everyone else if you can learn how to vibe code. It's hard. It takes time, but it's so worth it. What is it? It's the ability for idiots like me to build apps, websites, anything you want, I don't even understand what all those coding words mean. I say it with a caveat because I tend to get too excited about things. So I will tone down my rhetoric and tell you the problems with it. But golly, I'm telling you, I just said golly, I do think that we will be having precision solutions. That means that everyone's going to build their own suite of solutions for themselves. I've made so many for me to solve annoying problems in the last couple of weeks, and I'm terrible at this. Now, here's the problem with vibe coding. You go on, I'm going to show you how to do it. You type what you want. You say, give me an app that monitors my blah, 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 and it makes it. The problem is it always gets us, we always joke, it gets you 90% of the way there. It's like quirky, right? And then you go, well, this isn't working. Hold on, let me fix that. All right, it should work now. But no, now this doesn't work. And we always get 90% of the way there. That last mile is the hard part. And that is where I believe there's going to be an entire new function and job market for developers. People are like, oh, vibe coding is going to get rid of software developers. No, I think they're going to be more needed because I don't know if he's on here, a guy named Marco that I want to hire, who I say, hey, Marco, look, I got this 90% of the way. I don't want to pay for someone to build me an app. It's too expensive. I did get it 90%. Can you get this across the finish line? Can you spend like 3 hours fixing this for me instead of 2 weeks building me an app or 3 months? So vibe coding will get me most of the way there and massively reduce how much I have to pay for someone to get it across the finish line. And then a great point someone made yesterday on social media is apps break after a while. Who's like customer service? And I was like, great point. I think there's going to be a need for, and this is the next company we'll start. I think there's going to be a need for vibe coded apps to be monitored and managed by software developers. And it's so because people are like, oh, vibe coding is going to go away, because I don't think so. It's going to grow, but you're going to have a team of people that you hand it off to. So you can get it most of the way there, but not all the way there. All right. It sounds like a lot of people are saying the video is cutting in and out. Is anyone seeing this okay? Or
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. All right. So let's go on to vibe code and see what this is all about. So there's a lot of apps out there: Cursor, Lovable, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude Code. So how would I start? I would go to Gemini, pony up $20. It's worth it. I'm telling you, it's a new cost. You pay for Netflix. Now you got to pay for this stuff. Pay for Gemini, $20 a month. You can stop it and go into Gemini Canvas and just type what you want. And on the screen, it shows you the app. Okay. And if you don't know what to do, ask it. Say, all right, I don't know anything about coding. Like, now what do I do? Like, how do I get this on a website? Oh, you need to do this next. Okay. Can you help me do that? Give me the instructions. It'll talk you through how to make a working website. The problem with Gemini is it is only in one type of code. I think it's HTML or Java. I don't remember. Someone can answer me, but it's not as sophisticated, and it doesn't have a back end. So what that means is it gives you the app on the front end, but if you want to have a database or stuff that like it accesses like the deep roots of it, it doesn't do that. You have to get a database application like Supabase or something, or build what my colleague Rami gave me as a server that has the database in it. Meaning Gemini is a great place to start, but it's limited. Lovable is everything. It is front end, back end. You don't have to worry about anything. It'll build the most complex apps. It's really, really good. But I stopped it after like 2 weeks because it was killing my wallet, because it kept saying, oh, you're using more credits, because it wasn't working. And I was, wait, it's not working. Fix this, fix this, fix this. Is all right. You need to, put another coin in the laundry machine. Like, it kept running out of credits. So I stopped using it because it was absurdly expensive, even though it's good. So I would not use Lovable unless to try it and get used to it maybe for a month and then switch. But it's really easy to use and it's really good. It's just expensive. Cursor is what I use. This is like industry standard. Cursor is the way to really learn. I would take lessons, learn about how to use Cursor, and you talk to it. You can even put other AI agents in the side and ask it. So you don't just have to have one agent. You can have like 2 or 3. So I will have the cursor agent. I'll say, do this, and it will build it. But then I load ChatGPT Codex and Claude Code. So if I don't trust it, then I say, hey, Claude Code, do you agree? Or hey, ChatGPT Codex, do you agree? And I use them to help figure out what to do. Now, probably none of this makes sense, and we probably need a whole session just on vibe coding, but let me show you a video of how I do it. So I had a problem that I use Mac, and I get annoyed that on a Mac and an iPhone, every video it makes is an MOV file. They're huge size files. And if you ever go give a presentation on a Windows, it won't work. So why does Mac keep making us make these MOV files that only they use? I want MP4 files. I don't want any more MOV. So I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if I could like instantly convert all my videos to MP4? So I said, hey, Cursor, I want to make an app that I could put all my videos in it, and it immediately converts them to MP4, and it throws away the MOV file. So that's all I said. And literally within 15 minutes, it was made. Now I had to get it across the finish line with some tweaking, but it worked. All right, so I go into Cursor, open the project, and say, I would like to build a web app that allows me to put an MOV file into a folder and have it convert it to an MP4 and then delete the original MOV file. And then it just starts to code. It starts to figure out the code. It says, oops, I found some errors. It keeps correcting itself. And the next thing you know, it says, okay, it's ready. And it deploys it locally, and then I can upload it to a server. And there you go. It made the app just like I wanted to. I needed to give it a database and put it up on my server. But this is exactly what it does now. Once you download it to your desktop, then you have a magic folder where you literally can put any MOV file into this folder. And if you watch it, it will immediately go from MOV to MP4, and then the MOV will get deleted. I love this. I use it now for all my videos. I just always put all videos in that folder. I don't have to do anything. It just makes them into MP4. Todd Ponsky, a guy who knows nothing about coding or technology. I'm a surgeon, and I just made this app that can do this for me. I have made so many now. I've made one for my wife, Diana. She's a plastic surgeon. It scans your face and tells you everything you need to know about your face, like from an aging standpoint. I made the AI debate model. I've made, I can't think of all the others I've made. I've made like 5 or 6 of them. Oh, I made a way for our people to design their own apps. It's like an app designer app. Anyways, really fun. It's been huge. And I think that we're trying to do this at our hospital, that we can teach everyone to vibe code and then get IS to make sure it's approved. But right now we can't do it with anything medical because it's our private space. All right, what's next, Claudia?
Todd, one question and then the next topic. Ashley wanted to know, she was at the Becker's conference last week, and ambient AI and AI governance were big topics of discussion. Yep. Do you have thoughts on any of those? And the next topic they want to discuss is automations. Okay.
I purposely am not talking about corporate level technology. We can do an entire session on that. These are like for personal use. So there is an entire massive conversation to be had about hospital or corporate technologies that are out there. Hippocratic AI, a bridge, or other ambient listening. So what Ashley's referring to, probably every hospital either has or will have soon, is one of the biggest breakthroughs in AI, in that you just take your phone, bring it in to see all the patients with you, and it just listens to you talk, and it creates the note for you. And it could even make handouts. It can do everything. And it's pretty impressive. It's like really, really good. So it is a battle to see who's winning the war on this. And we can do a whole thing on that. But I don't know, Ashley, who is best in class. I think it depends on your organization and what companies they align with and make contracts with from an enterprise standpoint. But I think it's got to work with Epic or Cerner, but it is phenomenal. We have it at Cincinnati Children's. All right, what's next?
Automations.
All right. Automations is the idea that not AI necessarily, but the idea that you can have things work automatically for you. I am equally as excited about this because I put it in the same package as vibe coding. I believe that in our organization, rather than buying all these big off-the-shelf products, that we will find the most value by learning how to automate our organization. There is so much busy work being wasted during the day that could be completely automated. And we're trying to learn this now. Now, the challenge is, so N8N is probably N8N, they all are the same. Opal is a Google product. These are the top four: Zapier, Make.com, N8N, and Opal. Power Automate we use at Cincinnati Children's because we can. It's part of the Microsoft suite, so it's in a safe space. So we can use it with patient information, anything. It's the Microsoft solution, but it's not nearly as good as the others. It's very frustrating and not easy to use. So we would love to be able to bring in one of these others. But like I said, if you ask ChatGPT or Claude to help you make an automation, it's really bad at it. No one is good yet at helping, so it takes a lot of time. But I'm going to try to explain to you examples of how you would use an automation. So the idea is it's connected to a million apps, Google and Todoist and Slack and whatever you want, Excel. And you can build this thing like when this happens, then this happens, then this happens. And it goes through a whole workflow. And behind the scenes, kind of like you saw with my videos getting converted, an automation would make it so I don't even have to load it into the folder. When I make a video, automatically have it go in that folder, have it convert. That would be an automation. An agent would be like, oh, this video doesn't need to be automated because it's this, like it's smarter. A smart automation is an agent. Here's one that a friend of mine asked to make. This one I didn't make, but we made one similar. M made it. It would go find YouTube videos by keywords, summarize with ChatGPT, and email you the results. So like you could say, find me all YouTube videos on Disney World and send me the results. And it's that's an example. This is project management. This is one that Claudia made. There's too many things going on and I can't keep track of everything. And I said to Claudia, to make sure I'm aware of the 1,000 things going on in our office, I would like to get updated when something changes only. So she is creating an automation that she has a spreadsheet. And when something changes in a column and that column changes, it sends me an email that there was an update in the status of something. Like that way, if I have, let's say, 100 projects going on, probably 200, I don't have to remember all that. I get updated only when something changes. So that's an example. And Claudia, how long has this been taking? Months, right?
Months, yes. It's not, and I'm using Power Automate, and most of the projects are stored in Smartsheet, so I have to export it into an Excel spreadsheet and then have it read it and call the information accordingly.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Brant, I would start with Opal's probably the easiest to use but least capable. I would say N8N is the best one out there, or Make.com or Zapier. Those three are the same. I think they're all the same. Don't you agree, Claudia?
I have a preference toward N8N.
Okay.
I like its facility, how it works. But yeah,
So
probably.
does M. And M, you can comment because I know M, who works with us, is really getting into the automation. And if anyone needs automation at their organization, hire M. She is, she'll kill me for saying that because I don't know if she's allowed to do that, but she's really good and she'll be able to automate anything in your hospital, in your office. So we are actually getting calls now from hospitals to come in and look at their workflows and try to help them automate things. So that's like the most common phone call we're getting. So let us know if you guys want us to automate your office. Oh, sorry, this was not yours. This is the one M made for my wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So my wife has a plastic surgery practice. They send out specific custom emails to the patients. Someone does that manually. Sorry, I'm going to do this real quick. All right. Hold on. I want to keep this going. All right. And it takes a lot of time. So M took these are all fake patients, but can take the patient's information and compose very specific emails based on what procedure they're having. Then it would tell them that's a workflow. Like if they're having this procedure, this is the pre-op instructions. If they're having this, and it's so smart. So it automatically communicates based on each patient. So M is building that. That's another thing that if you want, I'm sure she could do that for you or other people could, but that's a great example of a medical automation. And this is how she did it. This is the back end. It's much more advanced than this now. This was like the first day, but Power Automate, Claudia, these are some things, right? So like you can go and look online and it shows you examples of things it could do. It's pretty limited, but yeah, Claudia.
So the thing that I want to emphasize here, Power Automate has a template section that are already pre-built. So rather than typing in what you want Power Automate to do, you can utilize these pre-built templates and then cater them to the platforms that you are using. Like if you want to be notified or clear out your email box of all of the appointments that you have agreed to attend, it will do that for you rather than you having to go in and delete it. So if there are parts of a certain entire workflow that you want to create, you can utilize these templates rather than building it from scratch.
Yeah, and hopefully it's kind of like the custom GPTs. As more and more people are putting their stuff, the crowd is building them, it'll start getting better. I saw a question about like, is there a course or like training? There's a ton out there. We want to create one specifically for like everyday use, as opposed to giving you the other ones. I think, it's like 6 months and like learning about the deep parts of AI. I sort of, those who know me, I go right into like, how do I use it? We'll start creating a curriculum and start bringing in real experts. If people are interested, let us know, email, DM, whatever, let us know if you're interested. And we could start creating sort of advanced curriculum and probably even give CME for it. We could get CME for it. What I use, they laugh at me because this is my favorite automation tool. We all have it. It's on our phones. It's the Apple Shortcuts app. I use this like crazy. This is an automation tool. It was one of the first. It's on your phone. And there are websites you can look, like shortcut libraries, where people have made them because it takes a while. But look how many I have in my phone. So, what do I have here? Send a message to my wife when I'm starting to drive home. What else? I have one that's like, if I copy from ChatGPT and I want to paste it in an email, it looks funny always. So I made it first copy it, paste it in the notes app, copy that, delete the note, and then paste it in the email. And it does it with one click. So now whenever I copy from ChatGPT, it automatically and then I go to paste it. I hit that shortcut and paste it in the email, and it looks the same font. Like I make tons of these, but this is my favorite one.
Example of a specific Apple shortcut I use that you may find useful. So my daughter Josie, she's my middle daughter. She oversleeps almost every day, and her alarm clock goes off and she still sleeps. So I need to figure out a way that I can know for sure that she's awake in the morning. So I have the shortcut send me an alert when her bathroom light doesn't come on by a certain time.
Check on Josie.
That way I know that she's not awake, and then it sends her an alert, an alarm, and tells me that she's still sleeping. Here's another example of a specific.
So anyways, I love that. We keep playing around every day. I'm trying different Apple shortcuts, but I'm obsessed with it now. And again, you can share these. So I can share our shortcuts with you. This has nothing to do with AI, but since I talked about shortcuts, I just want to make sure you guys know how good the Reminders app is. Like, you can use it as a project management tool.
Reminders app on the iPhone does way more than just reminders. I literally just turned it into the Trello app. Exactly. So you just go to a typical list in the Reminders app and you click View as Column, and there you go. It literally looks just like Trello. and it actually performs just like Trello. Like I have things in order of a project management list, and you can literally drag something as it progresses along the stages from one column to another. You could assign to different people, and you could even set dates and times that they're due. All the different things you could do on Trello. You can put links to documents or files. It's absolutely, literally the same as Trello.
Yeah, so I love Reminders app, and I love how it's integrated with iOS. So, all right, Claudia, I guess we'll keep going, and if people have to go, they can. What's next?
Oh, the next one is study.
Okay, so study mode. So if you follow me, you'll see that I'm kind of getting into fights with teachers in the schooling system. People are like saying, oh, AI is going to destroy us and it's going to kill school for our kids and they're not going to learn anymore. And I say, you're not thinking big enough. They're afraid they're going to look up an answer or have ChatGPT write a paper for them. We're figuring this out, right? I get that concern. But at the same time, for people like me that have ADHD, it is incredible. And I think this is one of, my kids sometimes really struggle understanding a concept. I don't think teachers, I think we plow memory into the kids as opposed to like spending the time in the classroom, teaching them concepts and let them use AI to look up answers. I think that's our future. Why not be okay with that? Let people look things up, spend the time in the classroom teaching thinking. But I also love the ability that now you can create custom teaching tools for how kids learn. And this is one of the most prolific things right now. In the talk I gave yesterday to the Canadian group, there's a thing in Google, I think it's called Learn Your Way, where you can customize it for your kid, just like my custom GPT. But someone commented about how Notebook LM, I was up till 2 a.m. with my daughter 2 nights ago. She had an AP test, and I blew her away by how good the tools are to help her study. Watch this. So Claude and ChatGPT have study mode. So we'll show that first.
Here's a tech that probably everyone should know about, the study mode in ChatGPT. Rather than giving you an answer, it can teach you a topic, and it was built by educators. Go into ChatGPT, and when you click the plus sign, go into study mode, and then pick a topic. And then it will start by giving you the basics, and it will give you questions. This is great for your kids as they're studying for classes. It's something we should be telling the teachers. They should be allowing the kids to do this because it doesn't give you answers, it teaches you. It's also great for adult learning if you're trying to learn a new topic and you don't just want the answer, but you want to really understand it.
And then this is the custom GPT.
So this is another simple thing that everyone can do, and people are probably already doing, is I created a custom GPT for my kids for tutoring. Here's what it looks like. So I just went into ChatGPT and created a custom GPT and gave it instructions. I wanted a patient, encouraging AI tutor that helps students think through schoolwork without ever giving them answers. It guides reasoning, explains concepts, and promotes curiosity and confidence. I had a lot of very specific rules that I gave it to help it guide my kids knowing how they learn. And it doesn't give them any answers, it just tutors them. So I'll let you know how good it is after a few months, but so far this is an example that anyone can do.
Again, I could share any of these, but this was 2 nights ago. I made this video last night. This just blew me away. And again, I did not know this. I use Notebook LM all the time for creating podcasts and videos. I did not know how good it is for studying and learning. So Notebook LM is a free app. It's Google. Go to this website. This is one of the best websites you're going to hear about today. And this is why. So watch what I did for my daughter. We were lying in her bed till 2 a.m, geeking out on Notebook LM.
So I took pictures of all my daughter's handwritten notes and uploaded to ChatGPT to get them transcribed. And I took that transcription and pasted it into Notebook LM as a source. And here's what you see. Then it summarized it. And then I went over to Studio and I made all sorts of study materials for her. So the first thing I did is I went over to flashcards, and it asks you a question and it gives you an answer. And if you want more explanation, you just click explain and you can chat about it with the guide. Then I created quizzes, and it asks you a question. You can pick an answer, and if you can even ask for a hint. And if you get it right, it tells you good job. But watch, if you get it wrong, then it tells you got it wrong, but it also tells you the right answer, and you can even learn more about it. You can even make videos, and here I'm playing the video at double speed.
All right, let's pull back the curtain on the most complex and honestly the most amazing system in your entire body. So what is this thing exactly? The easiest way to think about it is like your body's own biological high-speed internet. Think of it like a company's command structure. First, you've got the central nervous system, or CNS. This is headquarters, the head office.
Then you can have it even make a podcast.
Right, from your DNA's instructions through how your nerves fire.
Okay, let's jump straight into maybe the biggest debate of them all, nature versus nurture.
The classic.
On one side, nature, that's your heredity, the genetic hand you were dealt. And on the other, nurture.
Now watch this. This is incredible. You can actually interrupt the podcast and ask the podcasters questions.
Everything else, right? Environmental. Oh, hey there, what's up?
So what exactly is hereditary? What does that mean?
That is a fantastic question.
A great clarification to ask right now.
Okay, let's unpack this definition first.
When we talk about heredity or nature, we mean the genetic or predisposed characteristics.
Essentially, the biological units of instruction you receive from.
And then finally, you can make mind maps that sort of organize the thoughts about what this is all about.
I mean, is that not ridiculous? It is so good. I mean, having a fun podcast about your homework or watching a video from your homework is like, it just all of it together. And it's so smart and so good. I don't know how this is not like on everyone's main home screen.
I would have to say, we started using it when in its infancy with culminating all of these different articles into one and making like a 5-minute, like 2 to 5 minute podcast, and then having the ability to ask questions about it as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I'm going to show that in the media because that's really how we use it. So I think this is the last one, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, so this is what we use it for the most. And right up front, I have Notebook LM. So you all should be doing this, right? It literally, you go log in, it's free. You upload anything you want and say, make me a video about it. Make me a podcast about it. It's a great way to explain something to someone. Like it's just so good. So if you want an article you published, upload it and it will make a podcast or a video about your article. And it's so amazing. Like everyone's starting to recognize the voices of these people. There's a really funny one where they told them, they uploaded an article saying you guys are fake, and they like freaked out. There's a great video you can see on YouTube where the Notebook LM podcasters found out they were AI and they started panicking. But you can upload anything. They're really incredible. Here is a video of how I used this to demonstrate. So I have a company, Global Cast, and I said, all right, make me an exec from everything you know about my company, make me an executive summary. And then I was going to upload that to Notebook LM to make a shareable video and a podcast about my company. It's interesting because I've connected apps to my ChatGPT, it doesn't just take from its own memory, it can access all my files on my computer. So watch.
So I went to ChatGPT and I said, based on everything you understand about my company, GlobalCast MD, and its platform, please give me an executive summary. So it went to the internet. It also went through all my history. But what's interesting is you see it went to all these other sources, Google Drive, documents, etc., because I gave it access to that a long time ago. Then I hit copy, and then I went over to Notebook LM and hit create. Now, when you go there to Notebook LM, you can upload any documents you want, give it links, or what I chose to do here is paste the text. All right, so once you paste the text and add all of your other documents, it thinks, and then you can chat with all the documents you uploaded and ask questions about what you uploaded. Or go to Studio. You can make a podcast, a video, a mind map, reports, flashcards, and quizzes. This is incredible for studying, for asking questions about a specific list of documents that you gave instead of the internet.
So I think we have a video sample.
Especially in medicine.
So this is the podcast.
Knowledge right now. But traditionally, maybe the best protocol is buried in some huge PDF or like a super long lecture series. Not practical.
Impractical, yeah. GlobalCast's promise then is to standardize that gold standard information and make it searchable instantly.
That's the idea.
And okay, to do that, they built the company on, well, 2 core engines.
Yeah.
Complementary ones. they figured out, I guess, that just having the knowledge isn't the whole picture.
Right. You need to change its form, its format, and then you need to completely rethink how it gets distributed.
So it's Engine 1, Global Cast Media. This is the conversion part.
Yeah, think of it as the transformation engine. It takes that static, dense stuff, internal manuals, grand rounds, recordings, academic papers, you name it.
Right, the heavy lifting.
And converts it into short, focused multimedia content. We're talking quick protocols, short training videos, interactive guides, things designed for digital consumption.
And the purpose there is really about leverage.
The other thing to note is it can also do different languages as well.
Oh yeah. It's really, now that's another thing. You have to be careful with patient stuff because we don't know how good we found that translation, but you're right. Now here's what a video from that same thing. Here's the video it made.
What if the next big medical breakthrough isn't a new drug, but a better business model? Sounds kind of crazy, right? Well, today we're digging into a company that's trying to do exactly that. Their mission: to unlock vital medical knowledge that's been trapped behind closed doors for far, far too long. Seriously, just think about that for a second. It's a pretty startling idea.
And you can see like
the world's most valuable.
It just goes on and on.
Begin to fix a system built on two key parts.
And literally just from me uploading and pasting one document. So you can make this on anything you want.
What if
people want to know about how to make an infographic?
Here's another AI tool that is so easy that even a non-techie surgeon can do it. You can make an infographic about anything in seconds. Watch this. Take any document. So here's an executive summary that I had ChatGPT make of my company. And I go to Google Gemini. And then down here, I click on Canvas. Then I paste my executive summary. Then I tell it to summarize this in the form of an infographic. And then after maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, and there you go. Pretty incredible.
So Descript is another thing we love. Descript is a great video editing tool because you just edit the transcript and it automatically edits the video.
From a non-techie person, here's a tech you should probably know about. If you edit videos with narration, you should be using Descript. Upload a video with narration and it shows you the transcript on the side, and you can edit the transcript like a document and it changes the video. So if you cut words out, it cuts it out of the video. You can even add words, and using AI, it adds the words with your voice and video. Here is the text and here's a clip.
And this is the one I'm really excited about because with all the AI automation tools, with vibe coding, with all the things we have really under-potentialized in the organization.
I'm going to cut it out at vibe coding here, and then I'm going to go right to this, and this is what it sounds like now.
And this is the one I'm really excited about because with all the AI automation tools, with vibe coding, we need to elevate the workforce to be applying AI automation.
So there you go.
It's amazing, and it's getting better and better. There's something called Underlord, so it's like an AI tool that it can even like do things to the video for you. It's really becoming one of my favorite go-tos. All right.
Todd,
right.
I have a question. Is there any way that you are able to utilize your voice for the podcast or in the creation of the podcast?
We've been trying that forever. And the answer is you can now, because I don't know who asked that. That's so funny. Yes, Brant, that was our frustration with it, because everyone knows that's Notebook LM now. Like, it's such a recognizable voice. I'm sure they'll let you eventually, but there are other ways to do it. So we use another app that I'm going to show you called 11 Labs, where you can replicate your voice. That's why you saw one of my custom GPTs was Podcast Interviewer. We would take that with my voice, and now you can actually make the entire thing in my voice. So yes, you can do it. And 11 Labs is getting better every day. We actually, just so you guys know, our team updates weekly on the new AI functions of our tools, because that's how quickly they update. So what I'm showing you here will be outdated in about a month. So we'll keep doing it. But 11 Labs now has podcast creators too. And so you can pick your voices. So it's just all converging. And by a year from now, it'll be 10 times better. So right now, this was not true 3 months ago. Right now, the best image and video generators are on Gemini, Google Gemini.
This is the really important. The Google image generator is called Nano Banana, but don't go online and search Nano Banana because there's fake websites called Nano Banana to trick you to think that's it. Go to gemini.google.com, then just click to make an image, and you'll see it's just so much better. Now, if we have time, we could do a whole course on this because there's ways to get the image to be what you want using something called a JSON file, JSON, where it shows you the code that it interprets that image as, and you can change it and then, make this word this instead. So instead of, it's a much easier way. But for now, watch how I used it. Inside Nano Banana, and it's actually called Gemini 2.5 Flash. So when you search for this on the internet, make sure you don't go one of the fake Nano Bananas. Go down to the sliders at the bottom, and you'll click on Nano Banana. That's how you create images. There's also other options like creating videos, etc., but we'll come back to that later. Then you just describe exactly what you want the image to be. And here I'm typing that I want an image of surgeons worried in an operating room. And after seriously just seconds, it produces the image. And you can edit it and keep modifying it. Then you go to the bottom sliders and select video and go ahead and upload that image you just created. And then I give it instructions to make these surgeons worried in the operating room that something is wrong. And then in seconds, it makes your video with sound.
Losing him.
Pressure is dropping fast.
Increase the oxygen.
And you can upload any of your pictures. So here's a picture of my daughter shadowing my wife in the operating room. So I said, have these two surgeons say, okay, let's operate on this patient, and walk over and start operating together.
Okay, let's go operate on this patient.
Got to give it a try. I think it's time to upgrade to Gemini Pro.
Okay, so the way I use this is for my PowerPoints. I used to go on Google and search for an image. Now I just create it. I make a video. So I gave a talk. I probably should have put it in here. I made a talk to show the point of how old lectures are boring and now we make them more fun. And I made a video of an old lecture, and then I said, now make it fun. And so it made the video for me, and it took me a minute instead of trying to find a video. Sora 2 just came out. So this was OpenAI's video generator, their solution to VO3. They came out first, but Sora 2 just came out, and it is crazy because it is really good at doing what's called Cameo. So you open the app, and I think you say 3 numbers, you turn your head to the side and say 32, whatever, that's it. And then it will put you where you want. Put me on a football field, make me play basketball, make me the president, but whatever you want. And it will, and then if people allow their likeness. So when it first came out, you could type in, I had me on Mr. Rogers. I had make me a guest on Mr. Rogers, and it worked, but now it doesn't because it's protected. So if someone gives you the rights, like Sam Altman, there's a lot of people that out there that let you could be have me meet Sam Altman at a party or whatever, have the two of us dancing. So Brad Sobolewski is one of the emergency room doctors who is one of the most brilliant. I always knew he's brilliant, but after watching what he's doing with Sora, he's teaching this way. We believe you should be teaching in an entertaining way. And he is teaching in an entertaining way. So good. Watch this video.
I think this may be the best video I've seen from Sora 2. This is what happens when you take a hilarious doctor and mix it with Sora 2. This is Brad Sobolewski, who's a colleague of mine at Cincinnati Children's. Check this video out.
And what is this? A time machine. And it looks like it still works. I can set the date. I could bring help to people long before modern medicine. I've got antibiotics, bandages, everything. Let's do some good. All right, who here has syphilis? Hank, would you care for some penicillin? It's the first line treatment. Hey, Flo, maybe these will help.
Thank you.
FDR, meet Jonas Salk. I think you guys have a lot to talk about. Here, try these mood stabilizers and maybe some art therapy and see where that gets you.
How many of ye mateys has scurvy?
Oh, I must be in the future. I better get back to my own time. Looks like I've got some work to do there.
So pretty incredible. He just describes in words and it makes a video. So you can go on for hours. Be careful because you will.
His latest one is the WWE.
He made one now. I don't think I can share it. I realize I should have posted it here. But him, like in the WWE, like, I'm gonna, like he's a wrestler, but he's like, you do not need to admit kids who have a skull fracture. They should go home. It's like teaching in such a fun way. He's so brilliant, but he's using Sora in such a good way. Definitely give it a try. And then, I would say like he's good, but like I'm obviously make much more important videos than he does. Yeah. That's the difference between me and Brad. He's making like life-changing medical knowledge videos and I'm dancing with my dog. But let's see.
Hey, Todd,
yeah.
one of the questions, how much do you spend a month on apps? If you had to limit top 3 that you couldn't live without, which ones would you prioritize?
I'm a bad person to ask because here's what I told my wife. I said, look, I don't golf. This is my golf. I want to dive into this so I can learn it. And I'm letting go of things, but I'm signing up for everything. That's not normal. I would tell the average person is you need ChatGPT plus. I would recommend after that, finding out what you do. You can go month to month. Only sign up for a month and then just stop it. So what I do is when I sign up for something, I then go immediately stop it right when I sign up so I don't forget. So I just do it for a month. Gemini and ChatGPT are the 2 I use the most. Claude's my 3rd. I pay for a ton of other apps because of all the things you're seeing. We pay for all of these. So I'm now asking the hospital to help pay for it if we can figure out ways that we can generate revenue for the hospital this way, like improving efficiency, safety, blah, blah, blah. But don't be like me, but I will tell you, it depends on what your job is and what you're doing. And if you just tell me like 3 things you're doing, I'll tell you the best apps to get. So 11 Labs is a voice creator. And basically you can make your own voice and any script can be in your voice. And they have a million of other voices. And now their newest model allows you to like give it emotion, like make them excited, make them sad. So this, Brant, to your question, is going to compete with Notebook LM because you can put a script in here and eventually it's really starting to sound like podcasters. Now, the real use of this are companies getting phone trees, like interactive agents that can talk and have a knowledge base. So they're not reading a script. It's actually can like respond pretty darn smart in a voice. So it's pretty incredible, the agent function in 11 Labs. I think this is our last thing. It's HeyGen, and this is the way to create an avatar. And when you go, you record videos, you have to pay a lot of money for this one. It's like $200 a year, I think, but per person. So for me alone, it's $200 a year, and or maybe $200 one-time fee. I can't remember, maybe just once. And then you can upload as many of you as you want. And then you can change your outfit too and make yourself a cartoon. So this now, why do we do this? This is controversial, but our goal is to democratize knowledge and put out thousands of videos a day so the whole world is up to date. We don't have the time to go and record all these, but I could make avatars as long as we tell people this is an avatar. And we've tested the market. People don't mind it. They're okay as long as you tell them this is an avatar. They're almost happier if it's a cartoon because then you're not like deceiving, but the avatars are really helpful for this. So
you have expertise the world should know about, procedures, research, innovations, but it's often invisible. A few people might hear it in a lecture or read it on your website, but the rest of the world never sees it.
So that's totally fake. That's just an uploaded image with a voice.
Hi, welcome to Todd's AI workshop. Hope you're learning something, but knowing Todd, I doubt it.
So, this is where you could pick literally among like hundreds or thousands of people and have them say something. And then
expertise the world.
This is, you can upload and use their agent mode, and it actually makes a video with whatever avatar. So I tried it with me, but then I used much better looking people.
You have expertise the world should know about, procedures, research, innovations, but it's often invisible.
A few people might hear it in a lecture or read it on your website, but the rest of the world never sees it.
Institutions, hospitals, academic centers, and industry leaders produce extraordinary insights, yet few ever truly see it. Publishing offers credibility, not widespread visibility. Conferences reach hundreds, not millions. Consequently,
So we did all that. So let me go back to this because I think we're done. I should have put in here. Hold on. Let's skip through all this. Open evidence is the only. Okay. So I don't know if I'm still sharing my screen.
Oh, he'll be back. Hello, everyone. Let's see if there is any. So looking at until when Todd comes back, there he is.
Right. So let me share my screen for the end here because I just want to make sure people get this. Go ahead and subscribe to the Substack and to Linktree to just join. And that's how you'll get these updates. DM me, send us messages, and we can answer any questions you have. But I really hope this was helpful. Let us know what you want us to do next. Should we do this like overview like this or just dive into each? Should we do it once a year, once a month? Would you want a CME curriculum course? We just need to know. And do you want us to come to your place and tell you how to do it at your own organization? Let us know. Would love to help everyone out. And I have time for questions if there's any, Claudia.
Let's see here. One person said, "Is it really Dr. Todd?" I'm not sure anymore.
Good question. So I think if there's, we can quickly look and see if there's no questions, we can end it.
Let's see here. I didn't.
Okay.
Looking at the polls, it looks like people would want this on a monthly basis with like an overview of multiple practical things with, as far as a topic, as far as team, it looks like workflow automation followed by tips and tricks with ChatGPT, et cetera, and then presentation and communication tools.
Okay.
But on a monthly basis.
Let us know. Again, send us messages and we'll just do what people, I did this because people were asking. So I'll just do it if people ask. Sunny asked, can we circle back to my question about advanced degrees? Were you saying, are there advanced degrees in AI, or are you asking if there's advanced degrees in medical AI? Like what specific?
It was how to advance healthcare, I believe, to, let me see. Let's see.
Yeah, Sunny, if you could clarify what you mean by that question, we can get to it. In the meantime, incredible AI tools. Let's see.
An advanced degree utilizing AI to advance healthcare.
So it's medical. It's someone who's a specialist in applying AI into healthcare. I don't know if, I'm sure there is a medical AI degree. I don't know about it, but there's probably like you could get an AI degree with a focus in healthcare. Really you don't need both. You need to get a degree in AI or personally, I don't think you need degrees. I think you just need to learn it and take the courses and do the curriculum. But yes, I think there's a huge need right now for people to learn this space. So I think it's very smart to learn it. There will be a link to watch it again. Hold on. I can type my email here or just DM me. Can you, here, let me see if I can do this here. There's my email. Just email me if you want us to come to your organization. So you mentioned using ChatGPT and Gemini on a daily basis. Do you use the paid versions? I do, but you don't need to. But if you're going to use it the way I'm showing, you need to. You need to pay for it. It's $20 a month for both. Don't pay for the expensive one. I tried it. I didn't really find it much different. There was a question, how to connect, How can we foster a cultural shift where clinicians are at the center of collaborations and driving the AI revolution? I love that you asked that, because that's what I'm trying to do right now. I think this is a new field. I think this is something that we need to own and identify that this is your area of expertise. I'm trying to tell our hospital that this should be, I would like to focus on this. I think it's enough that we need an entire team. Now, there is IT, right? There's the IT office. They don't do this though. This is, you have to be integrated into healthcare to do, this is precision automation. This is precision personal tools, which is not what the IT group does. They are more system wide, and we have to be in lockstep and sync with them. But I think we need a separate group to think about how this should be applied throughout the organization. And that's the, yeah, Claudia.
There was a question about, do you know of any AI tool that you can share a histology image and it can help you analyze it?
Great question. Yes. In fact, I was talking to people that they upload x-rays. Now, I have not done that yet because I don't know what I'm allowed to do. I don't want to do anything, even if it's a histology site. I'm sure you're allowed. But I don't know the legal way of doing it. But I know people that have uploaded x-rays and asked it to tell you what the diagnosis is. So it's whatever is best at multimodal for the time. And I think there are medical apps that do that, and you can get it integrated with your organization. I mean, radiology has been using AI tools forever. So I don't know what's on a personal level versus, but there are people like us building LLMs for histology because it will be needed. So let us know if you're interested in being a part of that. Claudia, what else? Oh, safety. We would love to analyze, for example, our intellectual property or things. I don't know if that's considered a disclosure if you upload something to ChatGPT. So just be careful about what you're uploading. Claudia.
The other question, there was, let me see, there was a question about creating medical rotations. Oh, is there any tool that you know of that would be able to create medical rotations? I believe rotations. What can you use to create medical rotations?
Theodora, can you ask that again? Because I'm not sure I understand what rotas is.
Isn't that rotations? I thought that was medical rotations.
I don't know. I doubt it, because I don't know what that would mean. Let's see if that's rewritten. About hospital IT being super worried about breach of hospital secured. Yes. So Joyce, very much so. That's the challenge of what I'm doing, because it is risky that people are going to be messing up this has to be done in complete lockstep with IS. So I meet with them regularly, and I've not incorporated anything yet into the hospital except under our system, like Power Automate or Copilot. I will not use anything else. That's fully within a BAA. That's an agreement we have that everything is secure, private. And so we use what they give us. All these tools I'm showing you, we're using outside of the hospital, because it would have to be integrated by them. That's the goal I'm trying to get to, is that system that would allow that convergence of these personalized tools into the hospital system. But be very careful. This should be for personal or experimental use, unless it's under the hospital system. What else, Claudia?
Theodora clarified shift patterns. So I'm thinking shifts.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. It could probably, I think you're probably talking about like shifts and call schedules. Yeah. That is any AI model. You upload it, give it very clear prompt instructions. These are the people we have. These are the restrictions they have. What I would recommend you do is work with us, or you could vibe code your own solution, because you would want to give it the instructions like, here are the rules, and you want to make it customizable by the person to add the prompts. let us know. We could probably help you make that, but you could probably do it yourself too. What else?
The next one is how private is ChatGPT, especially if you are asking to help in replying/summarizing emails?
That's what I was saying before. I saw a video by Sam Altman saying, you know, your stuff, this is not like protected under law, like HIPAA. But after that, I went onto their site and looked up all their privacy. Like it's privacy, like probably Google is. Like, I guess, you know, they have the same thing that they can. By the way, in ChatGPT, you can go under settings and click off the thing to say, don't use my information to train your LLM. I think I made a video about that. So go through my social media. I made a video about how to keep your stuff safe, but it's not guaranteed. But I would say it's as safe as everything else we use, that like, you know, Gmail or anything else. Yeah.
The other question, is there an AI tool best suited for handoff in various healthcare settings, which does analysis and suggests corrective actions?
No, but see, this is a perfect example for vibe coding. So that's what I'm saying. You have about a year or a year and a half until everything is out there. So make it now, make it yourself. Or let us know, and we're going to hire a team of people so that we could just do this at scale for people. So let us know if you want help from us, but if you describe it to us, we could build it or tell you how to build it. What else?
There was a comment, Joyce Chua, she is working in Singapore and her hospital only allows Copilot and nothing else.
True. That's not true. So there's two ways to get, so first of all, we are the same. We have Copilot-only. However, that's because the hospital has what's called a BAA with Copilot. They can create that with ChatGPT. There are a lot of hospital systems that have an agreement. They just have to choose who they want to have the deals with. And it's very expensive to have it with multiple places. So that's why your hospital is telling you that. They can have a secured thing with ChatGPT. It's just too expensive because they're already the Copilot. Same with us. But they can bring in the ChatGPT models into Copilot. The models are shareable, and you can even download it to your own computer. They have the ability to get these models on your computer in a safe on-premises way, so it's not in the cloud. It's totally safe, and Copilot can bring it in. But it's not true that it's unsafe. It's just that they're choosing to go with Copilot.
The next question, do you have any recommendations on what is the best AI tool/platform to teach medical research for beginners in a systematic way?
Yes. Again, this has got to be custom for you. None of these things exist. That's why this is like the gold rush right now. When you want to create a curriculum, which is what you're describing, that's what we do for a living. Like we create these curriculums, and there's a stepwise process. I mean, you have to get the documentation, then you have to create a curriculum using these chat models. Then you have to figure out how you're delivering it. You can use Notebook LM, you could create your own chatbot, you can use a RAG model where it's using it, and then we use video. So if you want a curriculum on something, again, let us know. We can either tell you how to do it or we could build it for you, because that's what we do now. So just let us know and we can help.
The next question, how do you monitor most up-to-date information and track accuracy on platforms that provides insights into historical data?
You had me up until historical data. I want to make sure I understand that question. First, I thought I understood what you were asking. Most up-to-date information about what? Like about AI or medicine? If you're asking about how do we stay up to date, it's really hard. I stay up to date on social media because I cannot find another way. And I follow people that announce the new announcements every day. Like this came out. That's how I stay up to date. The static new websites are not there anymore. It's social media, which is what we should be doing in healthcare. That's how knowledge is disseminated. If you're asking about how to stay up to date in medical knowledge, that's what we're hoping to do with our company Globalcast is have an app stay current that keeps you up to date on what you need to know. Can you please place this program into a space from which we can? Yes, we'll make it. So I think I need to get ready. Oh, prompts library. Yes. Any question we didn't answer, send me emails or DM me and we can get you the prompts. We can get you consulting on your own hospital. We could build you apps. We could tell you how to build apps, whatever you want. Follow me on Substack. Go to the Linktree. Follow me on social media, and email, DM, and we'll tell you everything you want to know. But thank you so much for joining, guys. It was really fun.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.